Police officers stop a reckless driver from driving into the path of Thanksgiving Day 5K runners. St. Pete police tell us Fox 13's Kaylee Tracy, if it wasn't for the officers stopping Ashley Morgan at the Coffee Pot Turkey Trot, it would have been a tragic Thanksgiving.
Officers say Ashley Morgan was driving close to 60 miles per hour as she approached the 5K course closed to cars. Officers say she ignored their screams for her to stop and she fled, driving onto that course. St. Petersburg police say after Ashley Morgan sped away from officers and onto the Coffee Pot Turkey Trot course, when they asked her for her credentials at the Snell Isle Bridge, another officer tried to stop her not too far away. Investigators say she ignored his commands too and drove by barricades, 2 marked cruisers with their emergency lights on and traffic cones set up for the race. Another officer forced her to stop at the intersection of Brightwaters Boulevard and Lamara Way Northeast. The department sent us this statement, which appears in the police report. Quote, if it were not for the officers at the intersection gaining the defendant's attention and forcing her to stop, she would have ignored all traffic safety obstacles strategically placed at the intersection and barreled through the intersection, causing mass casualty to race participants.
It is kind of scary because I'm out here, running 3 days a week, riding my bike a couple days a week. My kids are over here, skateboarding, biking, fishing. So absolutely, it is scary.
Robert Melson didn't run the 5K, but he lives in the neighborhood.
That's pretty astonishing, because this neighborhood is it's a quiet neighborhood. People tend to get along here. So to hear that somebody would be in that position doing that, it's kind of a little bit unsettling.
Police say Morgan also left the scene of a crash nearby where officers say she hit a stop sign. She faces multiple charges, including reckless driving and eluding a police officer.
New this morning, a Broward woman is spending Thanksgiving in jail. Police claim she slashed a man with a knife at a bus stop in Coconut Creek. 28-year-old Jessica Johnson allegedly left the victim with severe injuries. Police say she then got on a bus where officers caught up with her. We're told Johnson and the victim knew each other previously. She is charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Police say a female victim was shot and killed in a domestic incident in East Charlotte on Thanksgiving night. According to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, the incident happened around 9:30 p.m. on Thursday. Officers responded to an assault with a deadly weapon call for service and found 37-year-old Shantae Alexander in an apartment complex with a gunshot wound. Now, the victim was taken to the hospital and was pronounced dead by hospital staff. Police say responding officers detained a person of interest at the residence and that no additional suspects are being sought at this time. The person of interest was later revealed to be the victim's mother, 56-year-old Elvira Alexander. She was charged for the murder of her daughter as well as possession of a stolen firearm.
Thanksgiving holiday turned deadly in a quiet Eastern Carolina neighborhood. Greenville police say a woman is accused of shooting and killing her husband in the front yard of their home. Our Justin Lundy spoke with neighbors today. He's live where it all happened with the details. Justin?
Courtney, the shooting happened right over here off of Kenwood Lane in Greenville a little before midnight on Thanksgiving. And one neighbor that I spoke with off camera tells me that she's lived in this neighborhood for more than 30 years and has never heard gunfire, let alone on Thanksgiving.
There were 3, then 2, then 2 more, so a total of 7.
That's how many gunshots Joyce Daniels heard outside of her home off Kenwood Lane in Greenville late Thanksgiving night. At first she thought,
maybe it's not gunshots. Maybe it's just somebody shooting fireworks. But when I came back up to the front, I saw the flashes in my window.
Daniels says the commotion was followed by sirens and then screams.
And then I heard crying. Loud. And, somebody did say, my brother, my brother.
Greenville police say Latoria Anderson is charged with shooting and killing her husband, 31-year-old Travion Williams, in the front yard of their home. Daniels would not comment on whether she knew them, but is saddened that her quiet street was interrupted by violence on a holiday centered around love.
Welch has pleaded guilty to killing her boyfriend on Thanksgiving Day. Welch had been expected to plead guilty to the crime 2 weeks ago, but that hearing was delayed because of new information received by the judge. Now, at that August 3rd hearing, the judge said, in fairness to both sides, she would delay Welch's plea until today. Welch was accused of shooting Larry Simpson at her home on Caribou Drive. Police say she kept his body for 2 days. His death wasn't reported until the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
A Thanksgiving fight turns ugly in Annapolis. A woman is charged with stabbing her half-brother during Thanksgiving dinner, and police say she used a fork. Shanika Alsup is charged with assault. She is accused of stabbing Deontay Wallace yesterday in an apartment on Madison Street. Wallace's injuries are not life-threatening. Alsup is being held on $1 million bond.
Thanksgiving Day robbery. D.C. police say they were called to I Street in Southwest after a woman said she was assaulted by 3 girls. Our Megan Rivers spoke with a neighbor who says the teen violence in the city is disgusting. And that neighbor says disgusting, especially an attack on Thanksgiving.
Me as a chef, don't mess with nobody's food. You don't know where that was something that she wanted, that she got from where she was at. Well, why take that?
Chef Aiden Baptiste Boussier says he's disgusted to hear about a woman being robbed of her food and cell phone on Thanksgiving Day. And police say children are the suspects.
That says that you had nothing to do, that you just wanted to pick with this person just for a score.
D.C. police say they've arrested 2 girls, one 12 and the other 13 years old. Investigators call the attack a forceful and violent encounter and say a 3rd female was also involved. The report claims the only weapons used were hands and feet.
Well, a Thanksgiving gathering ended with a Memphis mother stabbing 2 people, including her own daughter. And 55-year-old LaShonda Johnson faces several charges, including aggravated assault. Memphis police say 2 people showed up to Methodist South Hospital with knife wounds on their hands. Investigators say Johnson, who may have been drunk at the time, started arguing with her daughter and another man at a home on Delta Road in West Haven. Police said Johnson then grabbed a knife out of the kitchen and cut both of their hands. 3 children were also home at the time, but they were not hurt.
A woman apparently was so hungry on Thanksgiving, cops say she stabbed her boyfriend for starting dinner without her. That, or she thought she was carving the turkey. Hey guys, I'm Lee Sheps, and this is Buzz 60. According to police, Jacqueline Blake from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, was taking a nap after drinking a lot on Thanksgiving. When the 47-year-old woke up, her boyfriend was already chowing down on the holiday meal. Police say she chased him around the dining room table and then stabbed him under his eye. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Blake is charged with aggravated assault and making terroristic threats. I'd recommend pre-sliced turkey for next year, or just don't serve the alcohol.
A 49-year-old Minneapolis woman has been sentenced to over 6 years in prison for murdering a man on Thanksgiving Day after an argument over a crack pipe. That's according to the Hennepin County Attorney's Office. According to the criminal complaint, 49-year-old Anania Marie Hare was angry because the victim did not ask permission to smoke crack or offer to share. The complaint then states Hare threatened the victim with a butcher knife and a TV antenna. The victim broke a window with the vacuum cleaner and tried to escape, but Hare allegedly grabbed him and fell on top of him and laid on top of him face down for some time. The autopsy report listed the victim's cause of death as homicidal violence. She pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter.
Ashley Morgan drove her 2019 Range Rover at high speed, weaving through blocked streets during the Coffee Pot Turkey Trot in St. Petersburg, Florida. She evaded police twice before being stopped, then shouted at the officers as they approached.
Stop her. Shut the car off, ma'am. Shut the car off.
It's freaking Thanksgiving. I just got a divorce. My fucking daughter's not with me.
Can you step out the car, please?
What in the fuck is this? I'm trying to get home.
Step out the car, please, ma'am.
Yes, sir. What? No. No. What are you doing? Are you kidding me?
Can somebody come get your car for you?
No, I don't have anybody. Okay. You guys, please don't. I just got a divorce. I'm trying to move. Please don't do this. What are you doing?